What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another T4 camper build video. So if you've been following the project so far, we've completely transformed the insides, and in this video we're going to be adding to that. Now first of all, we've got some curtains that were sent to us from VW Transporters. We opened these in a previous video, but today we're going to be fitting them to the camper van. Also in this video I'm going to be tackling some jobs that I'm going to try and tick off the list. So yeah, there's going to be a lot going on in this video, but to start off with, I'm going to fit the curtains all round. So as I said, we've got a full set of curtains. Now you can't get these confused with what window they go on, because they say it here clearly. Now this one's labelled behind driver, and then the other one's also labelled for the various windows. I've just unpackaged the curtains. So what you do is you get two rails. Now these are both labelled as well, top and bottom, so you can't get them confused. It comes with two curtains as well. I'll go on to them when I fit them in a minute. And it also comes with a little pack of fixings. You've got your little end stoppers and poppers and some screws in there. Now we opted for the black curtains. These are blackout, but they also do grey curtains as well. There's a really useful fitting guide on the VW Transporters website, and it tells you everything. All you need is a 2.5mm drill bit, a cordless drill, a screwdriver and a rubber mallet. So I've got the driver's upper one here now. I'm just going to slide it in. I've got this original bit of trim here, so I've just slid that past it, but as you can see, it fits up there. Now all I'm going to do to start off with is just drill one hole and then put one self-tapper in, and then we can judge the angle. There we go. I've now drilled the first hole, but what you sometimes have to do is on these end bits, they don't completely marry up to the curves. So what I'm going to do with my mallet, I'm just going to take this off and tap it down just the slightest bit, making sure I don't damage the rail, and then hopefully it'll fit to that window a bit better. Now that I've adjusted the rail slightly, I'm just putting the first screw in. There we go. Right, now that screw's done up, I'll make sure it's evenly sitting. It's not poking out one side more than the other. That's nice and equal. So what I'll go along and do now is just drill the other holes and then put the screws in for them as well. The top rail is now fully fitted, and I'm just about to do the bottom one. Now also what I've been doing is I've just been putting the left side stoppers onto the rails, as you can see, and then I'll obviously screw them in, because what we're going to be doing is going to feed in the curtains from the right hand side to the left hand side, and the stoppers will already be on the rails. Right, now the top and the bottom rail are fully screwed on. We're going to go and put the curtains on. Now you want to get the curtain with the left hand poppers on, because we're obviously fitting the left hand curtain first. It's just got these little plastic tabs that slot onto the rails. It can be a little bit fiddly, but you just got to sort of work them in. Right, so me and Lauren have just put up both of the curtains, slid them into the rails. Now all I've got to do is put on the last two stoppers. They go on the ends of both of the rails, and the stoppers do have holes in them, so you've got to drill holes in them and screw them down as well. So I'm just going to do that to all of the end stoppers. Right, so now we've got the rails fully fitted with all the stoppers and the curtains in place. They just look brilliant. Anyway, we've got these four poppers to fit now. So basically on the end of each curtain it has two poppers, and we're just going to line them up roughly and then drill the holes for the poppers, screw them in, and then they should be all done. Right, here we have the finished curtains. As you can see, they're all now poppered on. One there and then one there. They also do come with these middle tie-up, so comes off, and then there you go. They're honestly so good, really happy with them. What we're going to do is carry on doing the rest of the camper van, and then I'll catch up with you guys when we're doing the cab divider. It's now the next day. As you would have probably seen on that last time lapse, it got a little bit too dark, but I have got the cab divider curtain now fully fitted. As you can see, I've got the rail going along this carpeted section. I added a few more screws into it just because it's going into my plywood, so I thought I'd give it a little bit extra support. But yeah, I had to cut it down slightly just to suit my van, really. There is the finished result. And as you can see, with these B trim pillars and the poppers, it just pops on there nicely. One there, and then one just down there. It looks brilliant. It looks a bit stretched at the moment, but yeah, there you go. That's sort of how it sits. Now it does come in two sections, but you can popper them together as well. And as you can see on this side, I've actually got part of the trim missing. Now before, when this was a Caravelle, the door card went all the way from this rear panel along to the front, and it sort of incorporated in the B trim pillar. But now that I've removed the door cards and fully carpet lined the van, I've ordered a trim piece, and here is said trim piece. Really good condition. I just got this off a bloke on Facebook. Now there's one hole down here for the seat belt, and then there might be a couple of trim clips. No, it doesn't look like too much holds that on. Maybe another bolt at the top here, but I'm going to get that fitted so then I can finish off putting the poppers onto this side. I've just moved the driver's seat forward to give me a bit of extra room, just to 17mm to get onto this seat belt. I'm so glad I'm finally going to be covering up one of the last green patches on the inside of the camper. It's going to look really nice once this trim piece is installed. A slight bit of gentle persuasion, but it's all in. It looks so good. I've been looking at this green section for ages and I've just been, yeah, frustrated by it, but now it's going to be all sorted. Here is the finished result of that B pillar trim piece. Really happy with that. It's slotted in the ends. I've done up the seat belt and I've also put a trim clip at the top of the panel, but yeah, that just finishes it off lovely. All that's left to do now is get my curtain, put the top popper on, and then we can gauge where we want the bottom popper to go. There we go, last couple of turns on the screwdriver for that last little popper. Top popper and the bottom popper. That is the finished results for the cab divider. As you can see, it just clears the floor, so it doesn't drag on the floor. Perfect length, and we've now got it popped on both sides. So as you would have all just seen, I've fitted all of the curtains to the T4 now, and I'm so impressed by the results. It's a stunning interior finish, and the curtains are top quality jersey fabric. They're very tight, they're not saggy, they just really clean up the interior of the camper, and I'm just so happy with how they look. If you want to get a set of these curtains for your VW Transporter, then head over to VW Transporters. I'll leave the link for the curtains in the description box below. And if you use code Mark2Mitch, you'll get an extra 10% off your order. Anyway, I've got plenty to get on with in this video, including replacing some broken parts and upgrading others. So let's get on with it. First job I'm going to tackle is the washers. Now they haven't worked since I purchased the van. Oh, wipers are a bit dry, but yeah, the washers do not work. I've gone ahead and checked the fuse for the washer pump, and that's all good. So unless it's a wiring at fault, which is going to be highly unlikely, I think the washer pump has given up the ghost. So I've got a new one and we're going to change that now. All right, let's get this opened. Hopefully the washer pump isn't buried. Don't think it should be. What I've done is just made a bit of room. I've moved the power steering reservoir just across slightly so I can get down to the washer pump. There we go, that's the new and the old washer pump next to each other. This one here is the old one, just still got one of the pipes attached so I don't mix them round. And there's a new one. So I've just tested it, it's whirling away. So yeah, we'll get this all plumbed in. As you can see, I've just fitted the new washer pump. It's got one feed going to the front washers and one to the rear, and also the electrical connector on top. Anyway, I'm going to put this power steering reservoir back where it belongs. That's the screen wash all topped up. Let's give it a try. Hopefully it should work. We'll have some washers. Go on, hey, there we go. Might need adjusting a little bit. I've now adjusted the front washers. There we go. Lovely, it's good to have some washers finally. Perfect. Up next are these trim panels that I was talking about. I purchased these from a bloke off Facebook. I think they were 50 or 60 quid, but basically this part makes use of this empty space. I mean, it's good for chucking stuff in there. We've been using it for storage, but what's even better is to make it into 2 cup holders. Yeah, I think that looks brilliant. And also we've got this bit of trim that goes something like that. And as you can see, it just really suits the dash. So as for the installment of these trim pieces, it's basically just Velcro. And then, as you can see, this is just the other side of the Velcro. This white bit pulls off and it's adhesive. So I'll stick all of them down to the dash. And then, yeah, they should be installed fairly easy. There we go, that's the trim pieces now installed. I think they look so good, they really do. The only thing that's ruining it at the moment is this weird like circular stain we've got on the dash. Maybe I'll be able to scrub that off one day, but yeah, look at them. Them pieces look so cool, very easy to install. Just stuck the Velcro down and that just sits in there. It's not going anywhere. Nice bit of Velcro, just make sure of that. So yeah, I think they are a great addition to the cab. Let me know what you guys think. Anyway, let's do some more interior upgrades. Now, the interior lights are pretty rubbish. We've got this standard bulb on this side and the other side doesn't even work. So what we're gonna do is unclip this, and I've got some new replacements. But it turns out you don't actually need to take the whole light out. You can just remove the plastic bits that cover the bulbs. Anyway, I replaced this one on the driver's side with the bulb that I ordered, but the one on the passenger side is a normal 501 bulb. Luckily, I had a spare LED one, so that works. And the one I ordered works as well, so yeah, that's brilliant, that is. That'll definitely light up the cab in these winter evenings. Another change we're going to be doing to the cockpit is removing this Sparco steering wheel that came with the camper van. Now, it's not really to my taste. I don't think it suits the VW camper, so that's going. And from Facebook, I've purchased a genuine OEM VW steering wheel. I believe this is a transporter steering wheel of this age. So yeah, I'm going to be swapping that out because I just like the OEM look. One thing I won't be getting rid of though is this horn. So that's going to be staying. To remove the old Sparco steering wheel, I've just got a 24mm nut, and then it's got the Boss kit, so it should just slide off altogether. Start of the rain, typical British weather. Well, that nut's come loose pretty easy anyway, so that certainly took a little bit more effort than I thought. Because it's aluminium, it sort of just welds itself almost to the splines. But yeah, that's now off. I've got it completely straight and it should come off now. Yes, there we go. Didn't think I'd see the day. Right, that's all off. I'll give this a clean up. With that all cleaned up, I can now put on my new steering wheel, or new to me, shall I say. Make sure it's nice and straight. There we go. Please do excuse the mess on the floor, but we've got the steering wheel now fully fitted. I just bolted it straight on, connected the terminals for the horn, and it's now fully functioning. So yeah, very happy with that. Also, another bonus, whilst I was messing around with the steering wheel, I had a little look at the radio, and it wasn't working before, but it now works. I had a look at the wiring behind it, and the main feed wire wasn't even connected, but now it works. Won't be able to play song for too long. So yeah, really happy I got the radio sorted as well. The cab is finally starting to look like what I pictured it. There we go. That's about all we've got time for in this T4 camper video. I'm so glad with the progress we've got done in this video. The curtains have completely transformed the back of the T4. It's now nice and dark at the back when you go for a kip now. If you'd like a set of the curtains, the link is in the description box below. And if you go over to VW Transporter's website and enter code Mark2Mitch at the checkout, you get yourself 10% off. But yeah, honestly, I'm just really happy with how the camper's starting to come together. I'm enjoying fixing the faults and yeah, just seeing it progress really and become mine and Lauren's own camper van. We do also have a Christmas trip lined up. We'll be heading out of the UK in December and visiting a European city. So make sure you stay tuned on the channel to see what we get up to and to see how I get on with driving on the wrong side of the road. Anyway, if you did enjoy this video, please give it a like. And if you like what you see, subscribe to the channel to see more. Thank you all for watching, and until the next one, I'll see you guys later.